No, that's odd. It says it's recording, but it's not. Well, this is pretty much an advert for UCAN 5 then. Hey, look! Hey! Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about the spots on my skin. For a while my skin was getting better, but it's getting worse. Just want to scratch at it until it's out of my skin, and I've got a little bleeding hole. Yeah, anyway, sorry about that. I warn you now, as you can probably tell from the time below, it is rather going to be a long video, as I wanted to go through basically some of my past, and I don't just mean my past, I mean my past. This is like before I was born type thing, leading up to who I am. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, it's just because I guess I want it somewhere other than paper. I don't have to store it on my computer, you know, no one's going to find it, so, well, you guys are. It's here. And part of that is, obviously, I don't know, if you guys have comments, obviously that's always really appreciated. I like comments. I really like comments. But basically, this is a Section 7 report. I'm not sure what that means. But this is from 2006, but it's dating back from far before that. The 2006 thing, I think, is because that's when I moved away from my mum and all that crappy stuff happened. I don't know, let me think. Yeah, it would be. But yeah. And when I say it's going to be a long video, it's going to be a long video, because I'm going to be reading out much of this. Not all of it, don't worry. I don't think I'd be allowed to read out all of it. But it's interesting, and I think I must have gone through this stuff before, because some is underlined, and it's definitely by me. I doubt my mum uses a purple felt tip, but I went through my entire room the other day, even though it was clean, but it means I went through every single drawer, and I have my little sentimental drawer, which is that drawer there, and so I am planning on going through that. I know that you guys probably want an update on food and stuff, but basically not very good. I've been re-diagnosed. I was anorexia subtype, binge purge, but now I'm just anorexia subtype restrictive. Well, restrictive subtype even. But yay, that's fun. But yeah. I think I'm showing off because when I was in the house I had surgery to remove a scar here because it was just embarrassing, and now, I mean, there's a little bit of a mark but the camera can't pick it up, so I'm all like, yeah, look at this part of my arm. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, anyway, I've been re-diagnosed because I was losing weight from not eating instead, but my bloods were all fine, so they couldn't put me into hospital. In fact, my bloods were on the higher range of everything. I've never been on the higher range of anything in my life for my bloods, but ta-da! So yeah, yay! And also, you probably think I'm leaning on something, but I'm not. Yeah. But also, but yeah, so I was re-diagnosed, and it's not because I'm not eating enough, because I am. I'm just only drinking my calories, which is probably part of the reason why, yet again, my face is all swollen. It's either swollen from binging and purging, or it's swollen from drinking high calorie stuff, but there you go. Look at the size. I should have put on makeup. Oh well. Anyway, okay, that took up 5 minutes. Student social worker, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Okay. Not sure what all of this is. Right, background information. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Okay, so this goes back to 1995. Yeah. So I was 1 year. It was before I was born, just before I was born while my mum was pregnant. Referral. Couple seriously considering baby being placed for adoption. I wasn't placed for adoption. Oh. December 1995. That's a month before my birthday. This is depressing. Tracy attending parent craft classes. Tracy said to be drinking heavily. 12 whiskies or brandy. No wonder I messed up. Clive also said to have a drink problem. Poor dad. Baby Rachel. Oh, sorry, I'm just sort of trying to sweeten this up a bit. Born by cesarean, mother and child well, breastfed to start with but not feeling maternal. I won't go into that. Tracy said she had no love to give. Oh. Tracy also felt the baby did not like her. I'm a mean baby. Friend Maxine. Seymour advised that. Sorry, I don't want to use everyone's names, so I might be adding in some fake names. Tracy's my dad. Tracy's my mum, Clive's my dad, so if I say those names, those are correct, but any other names might be wrong, apart from Rachel. Tracy had taken large overdose of paracetamol. Tracy had said she had not intended suicide, but was exhausted, needed sleep. Rachel stayed with Maxine. Clive at sea. Clive doing most of, this is February now, so 1 year, 1 month, been alive. Clive doing most of baby's care, childminder remained available. This is all quite boring stuff, so someone just shouted out from me. Mom? Mom? Sorry guys. False alarm. Sorry. Didn't want to get off. Hello. Yeah, anyway, yeah, okay, this is quite funny, right? 26th of the 3rd. So, in life, you know, a couple of months almost. Tracy had said she felt like throwing baby out of the window. Baby placed with Maxine overnight. Mr. Bond described Tracy as having an inadequate personality who tended to drink when stressed. Tracy contacted Penny Gray, felt Rachel hated her, felt like hitting Rachel, possibly been drinking. Foster placement identified if needed. I didn't go into foster. Blah blah blah. Clive angry but receptive to advice. Home visit. This is on the 27th, so the next day. Tracy made it clear she felt people had overreacted. She makes weird jokes about people have taken them seriously. Rachel clearly not an easy baby but thriving. I was difficult. It's all my fault. April 1996. Things really did start off badly. Dr. Mason. Yeah. expressing concern about stress levels in family and Tracy's mental health. Tracy seems to be struggling. Clive either doing a lot at home or away at sea. More structured help needed. Plans made to introduce family support worker. Joe Quigley and Munchkin's Day Nursery. Did anyone else go to Munchkin's? Tracy tended to change plans, feeling powerless, controlled. I only remember one thing in Munchkin's, and that was that I wouldn't stop crying and they had to call someone to pick me up. I remember being in a cot, just crying. September 1996. Maxine suspected Tracy was leaving Rachel home alone. Don't worry, I only started when I was less than 1 year old. Good thing I don't get lonely, right? 25th of the 10th, 96. Maxine said she thought Tracy was hearing voices in her head. I wouldn't be hearing voices in my head alone. 11th of the 2nd, 97. So I was 1 year old. When she took an overdose, hospitalised and discharged herself. 19th of the 2nd, 97. Further overdose. The big house. Mrs. Wellman admitted to Boston Psychiatric Hospital voluntarily. The big house. I remember that. Will be sectioned if she tries to leave. I don't get that. To me that's practically section, because they did that to me. It's ridiculous. Child with father who had compassionate leave. Never heard of that leave. Blah blah blah. 18th to the 3rd, Mrs. Wellman feeling exhilarated and shaky. 19th to the 3rd, change medication. Mrs. Wellman still high, don't know what that means. 8th to the 4th, 97. Mrs. Wellman distressed. Friend committed suicide. She wanted contact, but decided not to. Mr. Wellman now back at sea. No. Oh, my Auntie Kay! I never knew that. Oh. 14th to the 4th, 97. Mrs. Wellman had psychiatric problems, was drunk. Rachel went to Aunt Kay Clark. Mrs. Wellman aggressive, threatened suicide. 15th to the 4th, 97. Mr. Wellman telephoned from ship, very concerned. Appointment made with Mrs. Wellman. Blah 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 blah. Hey, emotional abuse. I never knew I was on that category. I know I've been on neglect, and I've been on physical abuse. And another. 7th to the 5th, 97. Initial child protection conference held. Rachel's name was placed on the child protection register under category emotional abuse. Oh yeah, I'm cool. I wonder what kind of attachment I had. Insecure ambivalent, insecure avoidant, or secure? Ooh. Or did I have that other one? What's the other one called? What is the other one called? Is it disorganized attachment? Insecure disorganized? Something like that. I need to do better with psychology. Let's see. Most of this is about my poor mum, so I won't do too much on this. Hey, she dropped me! 5th of the 6th, 97. Rachel at Munchkin's. Mrs. Wellman had been drinking, smelt of alcohol, and was unsteady on her feet. Staggering speech. Slurred. It should say staggering speech slurred, but it says staggering speech slurred. Dropped Rachel on the floor at maternal grandma's. That changed a bit. Rachel stayed at paternal grandma's. Why is it paternal? Mr. Wellman discussed legal action concerning Mr. Wellman being my dad. Meanness? 8th of the 6th, Mrs. Wellman visited Rachel at paternal grandparents, put her hands around Rachel's neck and growled. She growled at me. Oh. No, that's about my mum, I'll leave that. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna do a second part in 2 seconds.